Your forecast first from KARK4.
Well, we still have partly to mostly cloudy skies across Arkansas this evening. Handful of showers, isolated rumble of thunder, and we're going to see even more of that activity a little bit later on tonight. As the cold front starts to push southward, that front will bring us a wet start to the weekend. Then high pressure over Texas will be bringing very hot temperatures as we start the new work week. Your forecast first for Little Rock. Look for a 40% chance of thunderstorms in the morning, 60% through about noontime, with diminishing rain chances late in the day. We're going to top it off around 90. KARK4 News at 10 starts right now.
Now, from the station you count on for local news that matters, this is KARK4 News at 10.
A historic Hot Springs bathhouse is back open, but trying to wash off a scare that turned out to be a false alarm. Thanks for joining us at 10. I'm Ashley Ketz. The Department of Health shut down the spa, saying they found Legionella. It's a potentially dangerous bacteria in some of the pools. KARK4's Susan Elcory joins us to explain what's now changed. Susan?
Well, Ashley, the health department is calling that test a false positive. That means the water at the Quapaw Spa and Bath was always safe. But the state's policy on this is firm just because of the nature of this bacteria. Legionella is common in water, but when breathed in, can sometimes cause severe respiratory issues. These hot spring pools bubble once again.
And we're back open for business.
The water at the Quapaw Bath and Spa is back to drawing in visitors instead of concern over bacteria.
We just simply did not know how it could have happened.
But co-owner Anthony Taylor is stuck on damage control.
And we scrubbed and cleaned every surface in the whole place. We disinfected all the water sources.
Last week, the State Department of Health shut them down, claiming Legionella bacteria was found in 2 pools. Turns out that was a false positive.
In 12 years, we've never had a positive bacterial test.
That hasn't changed, and neither has the health department's stance on how they handle bacteria that can sometimes lead to serious health risks.
The initial results were suspicious for Legionella, and based on those lab results, they shut down out of an abundance of caution.
While the spa was always good to go, the challenge is reminding customers.
I have personally returned phone calls from people who called the bathhouse who were quite upset, thinking that they had been exposed.
Ready to wash off the mark from this scare.
Our #1 priority has been cleanliness and sanitation, and it remains that to this day.
The spa tells me they're going to try to work with the state as well as the National Park Service to do more regular testing and hopefully avoid a repeat of this scare. Back to you.
Okay, Susan, thanks very much. New numbers out tonight are showing Little Rock police officers are responding to calls faster than they have in the last 2 years. From time to time, someone calls 911 to that information being sent to officers is faster. For non-priority calls like traffic or noise complaints, it took on average in 2017 across the city about 15 minutes for those calls to be sent to officers. And now it's about 9. Officers are getting to those scenes faster once they get the call. Citywide, it took about 7 minutes in 2017. That's been reduced to about 6 minutes. Police say they can credit more officers on the streets and data-driven information.
Whenever we switch to 12-hour shifts, it put more bodies on the street, and as we continue to recruit and have more classes, it definitely puts more bodies on the street, and in return, it gives us more cars and more people in those areas to be able to lower those times.
It takes the city's Northwest Division longer to get to calls than other divisions. They say that's because the area is just so large, and they say you could put the entire city of North Little Rock into that division. A Little Rock man is in jail after leaving a baby in a hot car. The baby was taken to Children's Hospital after someone in the parking lot called 911. We don't know her condition, but at the time when EMS evaluated the 5-month-old, her body temperature was 102. And Little Rock police say a woman heard this baby crying. The caller couldn't see the baby, though, because the windows were so tinted. And she waited outside when someone else went into the Goodwill store to have those employees page whoever left the baby in the car. Police arrested the father after the child was taken to the hospital.
How? Honestly, how? How could you leave your baby? How do you not know that you did not take your baby out of the car?
He is facing charges of endangering the welfare of a minor. So far, there have been 30 hot car child deaths this year across the nation. And thanks to the Good Samaritan, this did not make 31. Walmart is removing its violent video game displays after 2 recent shootings in its stores. And store officials are saying the move is out of respect for those incidents. It does not change what games are available for sale. Walmart stores will also be stopped showing the violent movies on those TV screens you see in their electronic department and hunting videos in the sporting goods section. And that's the part of the store where guns and ammunition are typically sold. Walmart is one of the largest sellers in the world of guns and ammunition. Its policies on those sales remain unchanged. Fired but fighting back. An ousted Jefferson County jail supervisor thinks she should still have her job. She's one of 2 jailers fired in connection to a recent jailbreak. The sheriff's office says they didn't report the escape of the 2 inmates until almost a day later, knowing they were gone. An appeal hearing is now set for next Thursday, where she can bring a witness to help her argue her case. A Helena, West Helena man is indicted on a terrorism charge. According to federal prosecutors, Bayal Al-Rayani has provided support and resources to a foreign terrorist organization. The now 28-year-old's charges stem from when he worked as personnel for Al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula of Yemen in 2014. He was first indicted last month for giving a false name on a passport application. He faces a maximum of 35 years in prison. Al-Rayani will face a judge on Thursday. In Hempstead County, where the 43rd annual Hope Watermelon Festival is underway. This event at Fair Park, it features almost 150 vendors, plenty of food to choose from. And for the young ones, there's a kid zone, a petting zoo, and camel rides. For everyone else, there are 2 stages featuring live bands, and organizers say the heat doesn't appear to have any effect on attendance.
The crowd was good yesterday. It's even greater today. Yes, it is a little bit hot, but you can stay hydrated with the good old Hope watermelons. So come on out to the park and shop till you drop and enjoy all the activities and all the music.
The festival wraps up Saturday night with a performance by country music stars Diamond Rio. Well, after 45 years, a distinguished military service man, well, he's moving on to his next mission. You'll find out exactly who he is and also what he will miss most about the job.
And even with all the clouds around today, it still managed to be rather hot out there. Here in Little Rock, we topped out at 92 this afternoon, just shy of our average of 93 for this time of year. A couple 100-some inches of rain at Little Rock Airport. That was mainly earlier today. And it does look like we've got more rain on the way to start the weekend. And then get ready for the heat. The details are straight ahead.
You're watching KARK4 News at 10 with Ashley Katz, Bob Clausen, Chief Meteorologist Keith Monahan, and Drew Wayman with your Pig Trail Nation report. KARK4 News is sponsored by Arkansas Select Buick GMC dealers.